Oh, right. We're going to be doing my current Sky Striker deck for those of you that have actually been requesting an update to this for the new format. This is... Some ideas are inspired off of Lucas Wendell's list from YCS Milan. And then I was taking a few other things. There were a couple of regional lists that I was definitely looking at that kind of gave me some other ideas and things. But more or less, inspiration was kind of drawn more from Lucas. Yeah, I definitely liked more of his card choices a little bit. So let's dig on into this bad boy. So triple copies of Sky Striker Ray, still going to be the heart and soul of the deck. Literally, like, there's no real explanation needed for this. The fact that this is still a quick effect, like, especially in this day and age, like, this is so powerful. Now, we are on triple copies of Ash Blossom, the four-head negation of death. No other real explanation needed for this. Now, I am playing 2 copies of Ghost Ogre, and I was seeing a lot of different things. Lucas wasn't focusing on this as much for YCS Milan having an additional hand trap, and I definitely more of going into more of a rogue setting, having this ability to destroy something acting as another hand trap is relatively good. Also, like, we got really cheeky and we got to Ghost Ogre a Cosmo Dark Lady, and we got to smile about it, and just so dumb. But I think 3 is too much. I used to really like 3, but with the way that the format's kind of going, I'm definitely fine with this. I did consider 1 Ghost Bell as well, but it doesn't do enough, at least in terms of what I'm planning on playing this deck for. So definitely 2 of that is fine. Now, Sky Striker cards. Triple copies of Engage. I definitely... This card is the nuts. I had one game where I got to all 3 engages with 3 spells engraved. Don't mind if I just turbo search for anything I want, plus drawing resources. Triple copies of Widow Anchor. This card is dumb. Like, inherently, what this deck can do because of this card is so unfair. But non-targeting effects, such as Cosmo cards, can often ruin your life. No Widow Anchor for you. Now, this is something that literally every list that I've kind of been looking at as of late has been playing triple multi-roll. And I don't disagree with this, actually. I do think that it can be heavy at times, but especially in matchups where your opponent is going to be going after your multi-roll a lot more now. And, like, even in the mirror, like, this card's power just really shines. The reason why this deck is good is because of this card. Like, being able to reset the entire toolbox is what makes this card so good. Like, having played 3 now, I don't think there's an issue with it, because you can just drop it off of Hayate, literally, if you're worried that you're going to get flooded with these a little bit too hard. So you do have to understand that, like, you can control the flow of these. It's also not like you can't multi-roll, you know, to jam your opponent. Like, you do have options. Now, 1-ofs, 1 Hornet Drones. No real reason, once again, not to be playing this. Like, it's so good. 1 copy of Afterburners. I do play Desires as a 1-up. There was one list I saw was playing triple Desires. I'm like, man, you're crazy. But cards that do inherently allow +1s are very good. I do understand. Back on the jamming waves, actually. So I was thinking about this for a little while. The ability to blow out a back row and then the ability to blow out a monster, therefore afterwards, is actually really why I like this card. And I'm honestly kind of happy to have this back. I mean, you can very easily switch it out, but for more of a locals environment, this was pretty good. Especially against Cosmo. Like, take it for exactly the value that you want off of it. 1 copy of Shark Cannon. Yay! I actually just love the fact that whatever you steal, you just get to use. Like, why did you have to give it that clause? Like, only one Eagle booster. I don't like this card as much as you would think. It's good in the mirror, and I get that. 2 just seems like too much to me. I'm perfectly fine with playing it as a 1-of, though. Plus, you get full recyclability off of multi-roll as it is to recur this back, so it's kind of something I understand. Hercules base. We've gone to the point of we don't want to play this, to we play this, to we don't play this, back to we play this. Getting to draw while killing monsters is really fucking good. Especially since everybody and their mother seems to be back on Scapegoat at this current point in time. Like, hello, free value. Also, recycling back your Link monsters is definitely important too. Now we're playing 2 copies of the field spell, and then 2 copies of terraforming to go search for these said field spells. No other real explanation needed here. I think that this is probably the best ratio to be going about that. 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. Searching for Ray is what our deck does best. Don't you forget it. Now, I'm playing 2 copies of Foolish Bro Goods. 1 copy of this. Yes, I do know that people are playing the Gold Driver to go get this. It's relatively cute. I get that. I thought about testing it. But this, to me, is fine. I don't want to overstay my welcome too much, especially when I'm already playing trash cards, but it all works out. 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. Triple copies of Twin Twisters. Obviously, these get sided out almost every game, but like, I am very happy to see these in a lot of terrible matchups. 1 copy of Pot of Desires. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, why the 1? So, I do like the extra resource. Yes, I understand I am playing a lot of 1-ofs, and banishing those can hurt. I get that. But I don't want to play multiple Desires because I do draw Desires with Desires like it's my job. And honestly, not having to deal with other Sky Striker players is definitely a big help. 1 copy of Warning. And then Triple Strike as well. This is heavier than I've seen most builds play. Most builds, like, I've seen 1 Judgment, 1 Warning, 1 Strike. I did think about Judgment. I still do want to consider Judgment, but, like, I was liking what this little package does for the moment. Like, I get Judgments there in case your opponent, like, goes to hit something very powerful in your back row, but no real reason not to do that. Tokens. Haha, waifu. Hello, Corrine. And then SS Blue Vegito. I love these so much. I'm very happy to have all of these cool tokens. Alright, so the extra deck is very staple. We have triple copies of Kagari. Triple copies of Hayate. And then triple copies of the Zuku Meister. This is the package. Like, this is to the extent in which your deck operates and does its thing. We do have 1 copy of Isolde, strictly for cherries. Like, I'm not letting my opponent get advantage off of that. Phoenix to disrupt the back row. 1 copy of Unicorn. And then we do have Saruja. This is something I took from Lucas's list. This isn't bad. It does work as a cherries target as well for like FTKs and stuff like that. But yeah, this was something I definitely liked from Lucas's list. Strictly on for just the other cool stuff that it can. I mean, I guess we could make it, like, but I did like this doubling down as a cherries target for danger FTK and things like that. 1 topological Bomber Dragon. This is still here for the board wipe on the opponent's turn off of the Hornet drones, also to take advantage of Cosmo crashing into a 3k to burn 3k is really good. 1 Boral Sword Dragon. Still the powerhouse that this card is so insane. Now the side deck, we have triple copies of Ghost Reaper. Having played this more and more and more, I might adjust my extra deck targets slightly to be more relevant for the local metagame. But Cherries is so insane, especially against like Rongo Turbo. Like if you can hit the Assault A, you're gonna be in a pretty good position. 2 copies of Shared Ride. No real explanation for this, depending on the matchup and things like this. Getting value off of what your opponent adds to their deck. Also, like, we don't really have other Sky Striker players, so like I can reduce these a little bit, but I still want to have them in case something really weird happens. Triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. Smile and enjoy the extra hand trap. We have triple copies of Evenly Matched. I really hate Altergeist with a passion. Kind of glad to have these back. Triple, there can only be one. Thunder Dragons, Altergeist. I'm sick of that shit. This card just fixes all of those issues. And then 1 Heavy Storm Duster. I used to main this. I kicked it to the side for the time being. I saw Lucas was playing triple of this on the side. I was thinking about it, but like, 1 works for me, honestly. So this is my current version of Sky Striker that we've come up with. The deck is functioning really well. I have no real complaints with it so far. Do you guys have suggestions and things like that? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the deck. And well, guys, I am out. Deucerinos. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out MKohl40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.